Okay, yeah, no intro today. No intro
No.
today. It's just me and you, buddy.
Did you start?
Yeah, we're in.
Wait, are you recording?
Yes, we're all in right now.
Oh,
No
okay, all
intro
right then.
today.
No intro.
We're
I have
back
Audacity
after.
up and everything. I thought we'd set up to do Audacity, but that's
No,
fine.
no, no. You're good. I have this through OBS.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah, we're in.
Welcome.
No
No intro.
no intro. I like that better actually.
Yeah, that
That felt
works.
much better. I don't have to be like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been gone we haven't done this in months, and it was like, I don't know. I kept saying that, hey, I want to do this again, but I never did because stuff just kept
Well,
popping up. But here we are.
life was life. We went to Brazil.
We went to Brazil. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy.
Smiling friends went to Brazil.
Smiling friends went to Brazil. Exactly
Um,
right. Yeah, but yeah, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go over just the year, pretty much like a year in review, and then look forward to the 2 month, 3 months left in the year, which is kind of crazy.
yeah.
Quarter 4
God,
starts tomorrow. No, not tomorrow.
day
Saturday.
after tomorrow.
Yeah.
God, I mean that kind of make that you got me thinking. It's like what's my game of the year for the year so far? I don't think I know.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
Yeah.
think I've really, not that I really think too hard about game of the year to begin with, but like, oh, I really don't think I have anything right now.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
that I haven't played anything good. I just, nothing. I haven't played anything that's like, oh, this is game of the year.
No, I know. Yeah, that is something that I do want to kind of get into at the end of it. Just be like,
Hmm.
hey, after we do end up playing all of these games, or not all of them, but after we do end up playing the games that we want, like which ones do you think could be the big standouts? So we'll start from the beginning. January honestly didn't really have anything for me, but I do know Legends Arceus came out,
It did,
um,
which
and you
I
played
played.
that for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I played up to I think the second area,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess to get into that a little bit. I really dug it. I should say I dug a lot about it.
Yeah.
Um, Shockingly like smooth and fun to play. And not that I have like a real issue. I don't know. The Pokemon formula as it was is weird because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it worked really well in 2D. I still think it works great in 2D because I can go back to an old Pokemon game and still have a fun time.
Yeah, it's a tried or true formula, whatever they call them, whatever they call
Yeah,
that.
tried and true.
Tried and true, not or.
Tried or true.
Tried or
Well,
true.
maybe
That's a game show right
Arceus
there.
Arceus was the the
The
true
tried.
word.
No,
The tried.
ooh.
No, they tried. You're right. Well,
It was the
it
tried.
was they tried and it succeeded. I think
Good.
pretty well. I mean, the core systems of Arceus I think are all great.
Hmm.
Moving around, chucking Pokeballs, a lot of fun. Um, and I'm not sure if me like kind of dropping it was just me being me, or I mean, I think it was a little bit of like at least up to the point I got, it felt like I'd kind of seen a lot of what it had to offer, and I was
Right.
just like, do I want to play another 15 hours of that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could, but I think I kind of like let it be. I think my sister wanted to play it, so I was like, yeah, you could borrow it, and I haven't really seen it
I
since.
guess I guess let's get into this too while we're talking about just the year in general. But like what are your like, have you noticed any sort of pattern of when you usually play games throughout the year and when you don't?
I can't say there's a pattern. I can say there's like triggers for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Nintendo Direct happened.
Mm-hmm.
Usually a Nintendo Direct is like, oh, that's right, I do like video games. I'm gonna go play some.
Right.
Which happened after the last one. I started playing Skyward Sword again, kind of because I thought there'd be a big Zelda blowout, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
But it's fine because I still went back and actually dove into that, and we can talk about that game later
Mm-hmm.
because that's definitely the game I feel like I have the most to say about
Mm-hmm.
that I can think of from what I've played.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's no real pattern. I mean, I think sometimes things grab me, sometimes they don't. I feel like a lot of this year, gaming wise, hasn't even really been playing games so much as organizing. And, I've had this project going on for a little while of
Mm-hmm.
building an emulation library of sorts, like a legitimate library of as much as I really could.
Right.
Um, well, to a certain extent, because you do reach size limits
Oh yeah.
once you get to more modern like video games. So I can't say it's a total archive because it's not. But once you get to those later systems, it's still like I've been trying to check off the list of everything that's interesting to me.
Right.
Uh,
Oh yeah, that
and
makes
now
sense.
we're in almost October, and I've made significant progress on that. I mean,
That's
I
good.
feel like it's the kind of thing that'll it'll never truly end, but I'm at a point with it where I'm like pretty close to like
Being
everything
happy with
is
it.
being happy with it. Everything is configured, and if I want to add something, it's a simple like I'll just do it then, add it, done, great,
Right.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's been, and when I'm working with that, honestly, I feel like a lot of my game playing this year has just been like dipping my toes into whatever random game I felt like. A lot of Nintendo 64 stuff, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
I've
that's
played.
yeah, that's for the most part that's how I've done it, like with releases that have come out this year. But for the most part, that's sort of what I've done is I've been saying, "Oh, this looks interesting to me. Let me just buy it and give it a go."
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
pretty much what it's been.
yeah. If I have a game of the year that isn't from this year, I'd probably give it to Wave Race 64. I'd give
Hmm.
it to that game every year if I could.
Yeah.
That game
Whoa.
has sh- that game has shot up quite high on my list of
Wow.
maybe maybe all timers. I don't really know, but
Holy moly.
that is one pure and perfect video game, if there ever was one.
Don Casanova of Easy Allies lives and breathes that game.
It's a game worth living and breathing. Um,
Damn. That's high
it's
praise.
it is high praise. Like, all right, maybe not living and breathing because like uh, not, this isn't a bad thing. But when I think of like a game I'd have to live and breathe, I'd probably pick something with a bit more to it. Probably a
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14 would be
Yep.
like
Yep. That's
a
exactly
living and breathing.
that's yeah. That's exactly
Yeah,
what my mind went to as well. No, yeah.
yeah,
I think when it comes to like phases, I think I'm in a similar boat of like something has to like trigger me in order to make me want to play a game, unless it's a game that I'm like super like anticipating. Like I think I've been like waiting for a couple of games now. Like I want to play. I want Overwatch 2 to be out now. I want God of War to be out now. But then like going to that Final Fantasy concert kind of was like, oh my God, wait, video games are just freaking awesome.
yeah,
And I was like, okay, I mean, I'll start back off where I was with Monkey Island. I'll start back up where I was in Splatoon, and I'll try and finish these things. And yeah, I think it is. I think it is like those little triggers throughout the year that
yeah.
that do it. And then, I mean, of course, at least for me, just like winter time, like fall time, I start playing more games than I do in like this summer or spring.
Hmm.
But yeah, we've got 9 more months to go, so let's
Yeah.
do it to it. February, Sifu came out. I haven't played that game, but I did watch a bit of it. That's one that I definitely do want to play by the end of the year, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't have enough to go off to say anything about that. But then a little bit after Sifu came out, Ollie Ollie World came out, and that's one I've talked about on the podcast previously about just how like insanely good this game is, just when it comes to the vibes of the game and just perfecting the formula of the first two. Like this game does not need to reinvent the wheel because the first two games are so tight anyway. So it's like, okay, so what are they going to add to this game that like warrants a new one? I guess. Even though they could have put out Ali 2 again with different maps, and I would have played it and loved it anyway. But like what they did with it was great. With like the customization of stuff and just the overall like charm of everything made it a lot more accessible, I guess. I think the pixel art was good. I don't know. I think we're sort of like past the pixel art phase, I think, because there was that pixel art phase at the beginning of last generation, and it's sort of slowed down, I feel. I don't know.
Art design is a topic in and of itself.
Right.
It's a weird thing of like, I think there were too many pixel games.
No, there were.
And obviously pixel art's great.
Right.
But
no, there were. Yeah.
There were, but now, I feel like I feel like Ollie World is a good example of like an art style that's very, I don't know what the word is. It's not bad.
No.
But it's not my thing.
Okay, I see. I see.
And I feel like a lot of games have that style now.
Yeah, they are. It's sort of like that, like a 3D Adventure Time look. Ooblets has the same look. That's one that I want to get into later. I haven't played it, but I want to. Ooblets got the same look. I feel like there was another game that I was thinking that sort of has a similar look to it. But yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, very pastel.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, not every game looks like this, but it's... And I'm not going to not play a game because it has that style.
Right.
I don't dislike it that much.
Right.
But it is... that's a trend in and of itself. It's certainly not as prevalent as pixel art. And obviously, pixel art games are still being made.
Yep.
Pixel art games are great.
They are. They are.
But I definitely know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a really great evolution of the first two without doing anything to the gameplay whatsoever. And it's like, okay, yeah, this is how you upgrade a game like this, essentially.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. After that, King of Fighters came out, which I played a tiny bit of here because Austin plays a bunch of it. Horizon, didn't play. Don't care about playing it. I won't play Horizon. And then the February really was an insane month, though. Like actually,
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I think of any month this year is probably the most packed.
February was nuts, and it was like the last 2 weeks of February too, which was like Horizon, and then Destiny 2 Witch Queen came out, and then Elden Ring came out, and it's like, okay. I've talked about Witch Queen on the podcast a couple months ago, and it's like, well, Witch Queen's the best thing Bungie I've ever played from Bungie. Admittedly, I haven't played too much of the Halos, but like at least out of what they've done with Destiny, Witch Queen is far and above the best, and it's still going, it's still kicking. It's just great. And then you got Elden Ring, which is the whole other can of worms, and I've talked about that game again multiple times on the podcast, but it's like, okay, I do think I've cooled off on the game a bit after getting to like the end of it, because I do feel like the end starts becoming like, the end really does get rushed, and it feels like it's just boss, final boss. And I haven't beaten it. I haven't beaten the final boss yet because like first of all it's hard, but also it's like I don't know. I feel like I've seen. I feel like I've gotten my money's worth, and I feel like I could like give a definitive verdict on the game now. But yeah, I've definitely cooled off on it in terms of like where it ranks or whatever in like Souls games or whatnot. Like I would truly still put Bloodborne above it as like my favorite Souls game, but I have not cooled off on like its open world. Like I seriously think that it's still the best open world. Like every time I'm like, maybe I'm not too hot on this game as I thought it was. Like it's always the open world that's like, no, this is why people love this game so much, really, and like this is why it's getting lauded. And it'll win Game of the Year probably. At most publications will give this Game of the Year, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, I think that's the reason why people are gonna give it Game of the Year, is because like what it actually does for open world, you know.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I don't have much to add there, but
watched a lot of it.
I did get my fill. Like seeing other people play.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
what was that? Was it Radon?
Radon.
Was that the moon one?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
That was fun. I'll have nostalgia for sitting in your guys' little area and watching Tyler try beating that boss.
Yeah.
I will have nostalgia for that. And then March comes along, and March was honestly a pretty huge follow-up to February, I think, because right off the bat you have Triangle Strategy, which I've put in about 8 hours of that game. I absolutely love it. That's one though where it's like I don't. Well, no, actually, I know exactly what happened. I moved to fucking Los Angeles, and so I was like, why did I fall off of this game? And I was like, oh my god, wait, yeah, duh. Yeah, like February was kind of a weird month. It was like stuff was coming out. I was like preoccupied and just thinking about other things. And Triangle Strategy's 100% one I want to get back to. Do you have plans on playing that? Or are you gonna pick that up when it comes to PC?
I say plan on playing it as in like I would certainly like to at some point, but it's not the highest priority for me.
Yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense.
Especially because Octopath is still in the backlog.
Yeah, oh my god, and the second one comes out next year, early next year.
They don't stop.
They do not stop. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. But yeah, I definitely do want to finish that one by the end of the year. Just because I do, I don't know. I like it, even if it's not for like the Game of the Year conversation. I like just giving myself like the goal of just finishing these games that I spent $60 on and finishing them by the end of the year. Yeah, you know. So
yeah, well that's definitely, you know, you spent $60, you probably should
right.
You enjoyed.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I guess the Game of the Year stuff is just an added cherry on top. I think Gran Turismo 7 came out that month as well, which I did buy Gran Turismo 7 because it was on sale for $40. The only thing I've done was before, when you're downloading the game, there's like 3 races that you can do with this in like this new mode that it's essentially time attack but rhythm based, I suppose. So you're like driving against the beat of the song, and you're trying to like finish the race before the song finishes, which it's pretty fun. There's only 3 of those, and then after that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let the game download and get back to it. But I know for a fact once I get in it, like I've said this before, like Gran Turismo games just feel like luxury items with the way that they're like presented to you. It's like I don't feel like any other game really makes it feel like you just spent $60 on like something that should be $1,000, if that makes sense. Even though it shouldn't be $1,000, but it just feels like it should be because of how much time and energy is put into everything. It's like I know once I'm actually like in it, just like I'm just excited to see the menus. It's like, what? It's crazy.
Well, that's even you know, my Gran Turismo experience is kind of limited, but they do have great menus.
Yeah, they're best menus in the business, honestly. Crazy. So yeah, want to not beat, but play more of that by end of the year. Tunic came out, which I put like 10 minutes in and then dropped just because I was like, I don't know. I don't think I'm in the mood for this right now. And then I don't know if you played it or bought it. You said you were going to Stranger of Paradise.
I really wanted to. That and I still think about that game. I still want to.
Captain Jack got away from you.
Jack got away from me. I think it was like I was kind of like in between two things, because it was like, I think was like an Epic Store thing, and then I was like, oh, I mean that's fine, but I know it'll come to Steam eventually.
Hmm.
Maybe I'll just buy it on Xbox, but then I'll be like, but do I, yeah, and then I think I was like, do I really want to play this right now, like right
Right.
this second?
Well, yeah, because I mean, yeah, we were
And
both moving, and so it was like weird.
that's right. Yeah, that was like
Hmm.
it was smack in the middle of it too.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
yeah, no, that is the one that got away from me this year, I think, of all the games. But I do still definitely want to play it at some point
Hmm.
because every time someone brings it up, I'm like, dang, I really did want to play that.
I honestly I haven't looked at anything like after it released like whatsoever. So if I do
Mhm.
get back to it, like I'm sure it'll be an experience for sure.
Yeah. Well, all I know really is like everyone that I've talked to that has played it really really likes it.
Yeah.
And like I even have a guy, or I don't have a guy, but I have a friend,
Uh oh.
and he was like
Is that why you're
he was
screaming in the back, dude?
no, no one's no
It's
one's
Captain
here.
Jack.
No, I don't think his name is Jack. But it was he said he was shocked at how it wasn't as like goofy self-aware as he thought it was going to be,
Hmm.
and that he was surprised at how like genuinely good and thoughtful that the story actually ended up
Oh,
being.
the story really?
Yes. Like he
Wow.
really, really liked this game. And I mean, I feel like most people I've talked to that's played the game,
Hmm.
like if like genuinely really like the story beyond like the memes or whatever. And
Wow.
the memes just kind of enhance it.
See, I
I
like
want to, now that we're talking about it again, it's like, yeah, I do want to play this game.
maybe
I
I will
do.
play that. Maybe I will play this by the end of the year because everything that I've heard has always been like praising the gameplay.
Mhm.
I have heard literally nothing about this story whatsoever. So you saying that people are like really kind of over the moon about the story kind of makes me
Mhm.
excited a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, at
Mm.
least in my little corner, which
Right.
is a pretty small sample size of people that already love Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Right.
still, I mean, these aren't people either that just, slap up every single thing and it's
Right.
like, there's no issues, this is perfect. You
Surprisingly,
know?
no Strangers of Paradise representation at the concert.
Yeah, is that
No,
surprising?
it's a joke.
I
That's a
think
joke.
I think there are songs confirmed for the At Rhythm though, I
Whoa, really?
believe.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, the At Rhythm is going to be huge. Maybe we can talk about that
Jesus.
later, but
Yeah.
that's a next year thing. But
Yep. Yeah. So Strangers of Paradise. Maybe I will get to that one by the end of the year. That'll probably go in a deep sale, I bet. Like right.
yeah, if it hasn't already,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
haven't been keeping up with sales.
Ghostwire came out. That's one that I want to play, though I feel like that's more of like a backlog game and not a game that I actually want to get to by the end of the
Well, I
year.
mean, you think about it, and it's like it'll be on Game Pass in a couple months,
Yeah,
I'm
that
sure.
that's true. That's true.
So
I completely
just
forgot
gotta
about that.
wait until March.
Yep.
I think it
Right.
was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was. Then Kirby also came out in March, and
Mhm.
Kirby's great. Kirby's freaking great. I
Yeah,
don't know how much
Kirby.
you played, but I think I'm on this second, like middle of the second world or third world, but
That's a
it's seriously good.
yeah. I played the first world. I was like, wow, this is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Yep.
That was it.
I know. That's it. That's how
Um,
I feel about a lot of these games.
yeah, like it's absolutely not an indictment on the quality of the
No.
games themselves. I'm just bad. Uh, I think David wanted to play it too, so I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll just drop it here for now, and I'll let him play it. And I think he didn't beat it, but he got a lot farther than I did.
Yeah, definitely
So
want to get to by the end of the year because it's like I enjoyed everything about it, and it
yeah,
was just it was fun, and
mhm.
yeah, I hope that they do more with this, but I do
I'm
hope
sure they
that
will.
yeah, I'm sure they will. I hope that they don't completely abandon old Kirby, which we have seen that they won't with like the Return to Dreamland remake,
Yeah,
remaster,
right.
whatnot. But I hope it's not like a complete. I I guess what I'm trying to say is I hope these Nintendo IPs don't just start moving towards these 3D platformers and then just staying there, you know,
Hmm.
and not abandon
Yeah,
like the other genres that they could be, fitting into.
Yeah, I think Kirby's pretty safe. Like, I definitely think 3D is going to be probably their primary focus for a while,
Right, yeah.
especially because this game sold. Did it sell 10 million already? I don't know.
Probably.
Either way, it shot immediately to like one of, if not the best-selling Kirby game ever.
Right.
So clearly they're not going to be like, well, that was fun. We're going to go back. But also, I mean, Kirby's a big series. They're always making Kirby games. They're remastering Return to Dreamland, and Return to Dreamland is still phenomenal. So, I mean,
Yeah.
And then which is to say, it's like 2D Kirby can obviously still be phenomenal, even if Star Allies was kind of weak. It's not an indictment against the format.
Right.
Know?
Yeah.
And really, I mean, 2D Kirby is also kind of ripe for experimentation, too, to see how much further they can push that. I'm not too worried about Kirby.
Yeah.
It's good that, and obviously a Kirby 3D platformer is something I've wanted for a very, very long time.
I'm glad that they nailed it.
Yeah, even before you could say there was a 2D, like, over saturation, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Kirby.
I would like to play more of that too.
Want to get to that by the end of the year for sure. April comes along, and this isn't necessarily a 2022 game, but I always have to bring it up. 13 Sentinels dropped on the Switch.
So that is a game that I remembered like 5 minutes ago that I did play a pretty good chunk of that, and I really, really like it.
It's good.
It's very good.
It's very good.
Even though this is another on the pile of games I haven't finished, I still remember the story. Like I'm pretty sure I could pick it back up very easily, which is kind of shocking in its own right because of how
much is going on.
Labyrinthian that story is.
Yeah. It's crazy, and like I don't even know if you've gotten to any of like the, like there's a lot of loose knots.
Yes, and a lot of like this. Does that mean that thing? Because
no
one else is talking about this, and I have no idea.
Little Widowmaker in the little Overwatch.
Thanks.
Widowmaker in there.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm drinking apple cider for the holidays.
Almost. Well, it's fall.
It's fall. Sorry, I just noticed Widowmaker's joining us.
Staring
yeah, exactly.
Into the camera.
Exactly.
Yeah, but 13 Sentinels, great. I that is a game that is constantly on my mind of like, dang, I do need to get back to that.
Yeah,
I will. Maybe
we'll see about that. We'll see about that.
We'll see. I had 2 games that were my like goals for the end of the year, but obviously I can and should expand that list to a couple others.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
And then, other than 13 Sentinels, I think the only other thing that you maybe have played a little bit of is Switch Sports.
So I actually have not really played much of that at all. Because I got it because I was like, well, it's Switch Sports. I'm going to pick that up.
It's very possible then that I have played more Switch Sports than you.
I would say it's a 99% likely you have.
How much did you not play?
Quite a lot of it, because like I got it and I was like, all right, it's here, but I'm not really feeling it right this second. I think the Min Min amiibo came out on the same day, and I was more.
Oh yeah, you were all in.
I was all in on that Min Min amiibo.
You're like, why play something when I can stare at something?
Oh yeah, that thing was on my main desk for months. Which was more. That was more a side effect of my room was not ready for quite a while.
Right, and you were hitting puberty.
And I was hitting puberty. A little late. I'm always constantly going through puberty. I've been going through puberty for the last decade.
Jesus.
But anyways,
it sounds like hell.
Yeah, well, it's just,
it's just life
and all that.
Just life. No, yeah, I played a little bit of Switch Sports with Tyler, Danny, Christina when I was there. I don't know. Whenever I was there last, I don't think it was. No, maybe it was. We did stay the night at their house when I was in town.
Because I think I.
Oh, you had work the next day. That's right. or something like that. Yeah. I hated it.
Aw.
It was
What
like
was it?
we played this stupid sword one, and it was awful. I was everybody was getting so angry, and it's like,
Well,
yeah,
yeah, because I remember, because obviously in like Wii Sports Resort, it was kind of like smack, 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 smack,
yeah,
and it was fun just to smack. But
right,
I've heard in this one, not negative or positive one way or the other. I just heard that it had gotten a lot more technical, and it wasn't long. It was no longer something you could just wham, wham, wham.
right,
There was like directional inputs. There was
yes.
like you could hold two swords in both
Yes, and
hands.
you could charge up swords and stun.
So
That's the thing. That's the thing. More is not better, and in this case, it was definitely worse because like those directional inputs just did not work like for
well,
everybody because the Joy-Cons suck.
the Joy-Cons suck. If we talk about Skyward Sword today, I will talk about how
Yeah.
the Joy-Cons
It's
suck.
because the Joy-Cons suck and they cannot track worth a damn. And it was just me screaming at the television because it didn't do what I did, and then it was Danny or Tyler screaming at the television because what just happened made no sense at all. So we were like, okay, let's go over to volleyball. Volleyball will be so much more fun. Volleyball was not so much more fun. It may have been worse because you're on a team, and if you screw up, then your teammates are going to get mad at you. So it was like whoever was playing with the AI teammate would always win because those little fuckers don't have to care about timing at all, but you do. And the Joy-Cons, again, are just so garbage that they don't track correctly. And then when you're like actually trying to time stuff, the timing is so off. It's just volleyball, done. Gave up. I don't know. Bad.
That's like I said. I don't have any input, genuinely. 'Cause
Neither
I
did
think
the
I reached a
Joy-Cons,
point.
dude.
I reached the point where I was like, you know what? I think I'll just wait for golf to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Golf will come out, and then I'll like really give this the full shake because golf was always my favorite.
Right.
So we'll have everything
Yeah.
great. And they delayed golf.
Yeah, wait.
Oh
Is golf still isn't out yet? Isn't it October?
No, it got delayed to holiday. So I don't know what the heck is going on with this game.
What?
Yeah, golf got delayed to holiday. Who the heck knows what else is left?
We'll get into this
Um,
later, I think, but Nintendo's sports games are weird.
Yeah, they're weird. I
They're
don't know
weird.
if I've got it in me to talk about that.
Yeah,
tonight.
that's it.
Is that-
That's definitely a lot. That could be a whole podcast, to be honest.
Yeah, good. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not crazy about the new guys, the new sports mates.
Mm-hmm.
They're fine.
Oh yeah. Well, we already had that discussion on podcast.
Yeah, we don't have to relitigate. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I whenever I play that game, I will have my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I will probably share it here,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully my Joy-Cons work.
Dude,
I don't know. Maybe I got a bad pair. Maybe they're all bad pairs. They're probably all bad pairs.
they're all bad.
I miss
All Joy-Cons are bad.
I miss sensor bars.
Yes.
Truly.
I miss sensor bars. I miss the Motion Plus. I miss Red Steel.
Yeah.
God. I miss Red Steel. April. That's April for me. Was there anything else in April that you wanted to talk about?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
Stuff
then-
slips through.
May came around, and I don't really have anything in May. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can't recall off the top of my head
Hmm.
much of anything. Really, the thing is, around this summer is like there are quite a few games I bought,
Mm-hmm.
but not much I can really say much about because I know Mario
Right.
Strikers is coming up in June, which is
Yeah.
again another example of like I got it great, but I don't feel like playing it, and I think I stopped after that because I was like I need to stop buying games
That I'm not playing. Right.
that I'm not going to play right now.
Mm-hmm.
So again, not an indictment of the game itself. I just
Yeah.
have not been feeling it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Klonoa I mean, I'm really skipping ahead, but I think
Yeah.
it's kind of get out in front of these games that, yeah, I got them.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't played them, though. I'm sorry.
Yep, I've got that one on the list. Have you heard of the game Card Shark?
Uh, I mean, this is honestly, when I hear Card Shark, I think of Grand Theft Auto. I don't think I've heard of the game
Really?
Card Shark. Yeah.
Because the shark
Um,
cards?
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Card Shark? Have I seen this game?
I don't know. It's I think it's like a puzzle social deduction game if I'm remembering it correctly, where it's like it's sort of meta and you have to use like knowledge of the characters to play this game correctly, which is kind of interesting. It's not one I played, but it's one that I think I do want to get to by the end of it. But it's like everybody, if you go to like the reviews on Steam or whatever, I think it's PC Gamer who was like, "Yo, this you cannot play this game unless you have time to commit to like writing notes and stuff like that on this game, like being like studious about like what you're seeing on screen and stuff like that." So maybe I'll get to it eventually, but that kind of put it on my radar, honestly, because I remember playing The Witness, Jesus, in when did The Witness come out? 2015.
15.
Yeah, junior year of high school, like taking shooting pictures. Jesus, what am I? 7 years old. Taking pictures of like my TV screen, uploading them to Google Drive so that I could like do them at school. And it's like if like this game kind of sort of gives me that same drive to like bring the game outside and be like, okay, what about this? What about this? Then I might be in to play that. So
Yeah.
look.
Yeah. Looking up Card Shark, I think I've definitely seen this in passing, but I really
Mhm.
did not look into it any deeper than that,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
It looks fun. I really think I do want to play that. Then yeah, Strikers came out. I didn't play any of that, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
I think
that would be another for the sports discussion. Japan.
right. Yep. That's
Yeah.
for another time, which sucks. But hey, that's what it is, I guess. The Quarry came out, which I do want to play. Honestly, I'll probably play it in October just because it's just fun to play scary stuff in October, I guess. But yeah, want to get to that one. Shredder's Revenge came out. Didn't play that one. Not crazy about beat 'em ups, but I know that a lot of people love this game, and it looks fun. But I just don't know if I'll get to it. And then this is one I think you were interested in. AI.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Come on, man.
That's the game I was thinking of. That it's like I definitely finished the game and I really liked it.
Yeah,
can't
I
remember
had a
what it
feeling.
is.
I had a feeling it was like, oh, bet I'm gonna bring this one up, and it's gonna
Yeah.
trigger him into something.
That's right. It was AI. So I played the first one finally after a couple years.
Mhm.
Had a wonderful time, and I thought I was gonna like hold off on the sequel for a bit, but then after a week I was like, no, I'm gonna play it. I'm just gonna play it right now.
Right.
Then I started it, and I got really into it. And then that's another one of the pile.
Oh,
Hold on.
I thought that was gonna be a much better. I thought that. Man, I thought
No.
that was gonna be better. I thought that the ending was gonna be. I thought you said that you beat it.
Well, the first game I beat.
Oh, okay.
It was the second game
I
that
see.
I have not.
Oh man, that took a turn.
I'm gonna add some notes.
It took a dark turn.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna add a note here. I'm gonna add 13 Sentinels and AI 2 to my list.
Yeah.
That's right.
We'll add another because.
We'll add another. AI was fantastic. Maybe AI. No, it's no way for 64. But it's really good.
Live and breathe.
It's great. I do not live and breathe AI, but I will be thinking about that game for.
Would you rather live and breathe AI or Wave Race?
Probably Wave Race.
Okay.
Wave Race is like a vibe in and of itself.
That's true. That is true.
And it is one of my favorite vibes ever.
Yeah.
Whereas AI is kind of dirty, kind of gross. It's fun.
It's a little
It's
grimy.
really enjoyable, but it's not where I want to be. I think.
Yeah. Nope. That's fair. That's fair. But what I was gonna say was add another game to the list, a third one, because Neon White came out in June as well.
Oh my God, you're right. So yeah, well, I'm not. I mean, I was just gonna say real quick that I
Hmm.
saw that there was a VR mod for it earlier today, and I
Wow,
was like,
that would make me vomit everywhere,
yeah, maybe. But
dude.
I saw like there was like a VR mod, and the thumb. I didn't watch the video, but I saw the thumbnail, and it was like, this is amazing. And I was like, I did want to play that game. Maybe that's the way to do it, because I kind of did want to get back into the VR again soon.
Maybe I feel like that's one that would make you puke.
Maybe. Well,
like
Bone
Jesus.
Lab came out today, and that
Yeah,
was
it
another
did.
one I thought. That one snuck up on me too. Where it's like, maybe I should just
But
blind
didn't
buy
that one
that.
make you really sick as well?
No,
Oh.
that one didn't make me sick. I think I just had some trouble like playing it,
Mm,
getting to grips with it.
gotcha.
The only time a VR game truly makes me sick is when it screws up movement. Like the by far the worst example of any VR game I've ever played, and it's not even close, was Phasmophobia, because something about the way that it like mapped the controls to the index controllers. Like I would place my thumb down, and the camera would just slowly rotate, even though
Oh.
I was just standing in place. I genuinely could not handle it. I
So
had to
it would have
go.
been better if you just ran around in circles.
It genuinely would have, because at least my brain would have caught up to my body. But it's like I was just. It's like when you spin and you get dizzy, except I wasn't physically spinning. It was
Ah,
terrible. Awful.
yeah, no.
Never again would I play Phasmophobia in VR.
Well, would you play
VR,
it? Would you play it again in general?
maybe if someone was like, dude, we're all playing, you gotta get on. I'd be like, okay,
I don't believe it.
maybe. No, maybe not. I'd probably
I
try to
don't
weasel
believe
out
it.
of
I don't believe. I gotta go to bed.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't believe it.
I,
No,
I'd
but
find a way.
that's what I'm saying though. Is if you start with Neon White and VR, and you're like, "Ugh," and you just puke everywhere, you're not going back to that game. But if you start it non VR and you say, oh, maybe this could be fun in VR, and then you try it that way, I think that would be better.
Yeah, I fully agree. I just meant to say that kind of
That
sparked my interest.
it is
back in it.
interesting.
I
Dude.
will say I've listened to some of the music.
Oh my
Music
god.
is killer.
Oh my god, the music
Uh,
is absolutely insane. The game is like the game could be game of the year. Like honest to god, it could be game of the year this year for me. Like it's so tight. Everything about this game is so tight. It's like once you start playing it, it's one of those games where like once you're in it, and you are completely zoned in on like what you are doing and getting everything down so perfectly and trying to like hunt after times. It's because I mean it's not necessarily a time attack, but there are goals within each level to beat it within a certain amount of time. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to move on to the next level until I have platinum on this, like on this level. And you're just so zoned in. And it's one of those games that makes you like lean forward and like get closer to the screen. It's insanely good, and it's so simple. Like you play the game completely with left click and right click and WASD, and it's amazing. It's seriously so good. It's
yeah,
like
no,
well,
yeah,
yeah.
that is on my list. I don't have it.
hmm
Don't know if I should buy it when I've got a billion other things, but that is a game I do want to play, 100%.
definitely get to it because I mean, again, once you start playing it, you'll be like, holy crap, this is so good, and it is one of those games. Again, like Ollie Ollie World has that, like you just restart, and it no loading screen or anything. You're just back at the beginning of the level. That's how this game is. You click a button, you're back to the beginning of the level. Mess up, back to the beginning of the level. It's like it's that, and it's like because it's so quick, everything's so quick. Levels are done in like a minute and a half. It's perfect. Like it's so good. Really is.
Yeah.
Definitely one you got to play. That's pretty much it for June for me. Was there anything else in June
I think
that
we
I'm
covered
missing?
it.
Okay. Yep. July had Klonoa, which is one that I want to play. Something I don't know. I don't know if this is spoilers or not. I have no idea. But like, do these things get guns eventually?
Wait, what?
Do you? Yeah, that's what my reaction was. Like I was listening to Mid Max podcast, and they didn't go into spoilers, but I think they insinuated that these Klonoa creatures got guns.
Uh, maybe what they're talking about is like Klonoa has like this attack or this grab that's kind of like a ball of energy that shoots out
No.
from his hands.
No. Like they were saying that like this like the story gets depressing.
Well, okay, that I've heard
And
for
like
sure.
guns,
But
I suppose. I don't
I don't know
know.
about guns. I've heard for many years that that first Klonoa has a real like heartrending story, but I've never ever heard that guns
Okay.
had anything to
Okay.
do with it.
Okay. Maybe I'm way off. I'm probably way off.
Maybe.
Probably.
I mean, yeah. God, my bucket list of games is so long, but Klonoa has also been on there for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Klonoa. Whenever it goes onto a deep sale, I'll pick that up because I do want to try those games. They look fun. Escape Academy came out on Game Pass. Escape Academy, I played a little bit of that with Will. Super fun. I mean, it's exactly what it is. It's just puzzle rooms that you can do with a buddy, and it's a lot of fun. And then Forza Horizon Hot Wheels came out.
yeah,
Which
I did actually. I dipped my toes into.
Oh,
that
did you?
It was earlier this month.
Oh,
I think maybe it was earlier this month. Maybe it was like late last month. But
heck
like
yeah.
I just kind of popped it in because I was like, I should play that. But then I played it for like 2 or 3 hours straight.
It's friggin' nuts.
It's great.
The
I mean,
the beginning race is insane.
oh my god, like where you're just like constantly like boosting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like a full map drive.
Yep, it is, and it's like you're on a roller coaster the entire time.
Yeah.
It's
and
nuts.
then you get into the overworld. Honestly, I think the most fascinating thing about the overworld is like finding the pockets of like regular land,
Yes.
like underneath, and just seeing what else is out there besides just the tracks. I kind of just screwed. I mean, it's Forza, so I screwed around.
Oh,
a bit
yeah.
more than like getting into the campaign. But I was having a great time. Again,
Looks amazing. Probably one of the best looking things I've ever seen.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the load distances are nuts.
Mm-hmm.
The draw distances are crazy.
No, yeah, that is another on my like. I have not forgotten about you.
Mm-hmm.
I will play this
Yeah,
again.
I know.
Honestly, the anniversary update I think is next month.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That
have
makes
you
sense.
seen the? Yeah, no, the anniversary.
I haven't seen
update.
anything about it.
I think the most interesting thing to me about the anniversary update is that they're actually adding like a bunch of music from like the entire past of the series.
What?
Which, yeah, so there's a bunch
Oh
of new music,
my
bunch of new
god.
events. I mean, it's a. Hold on, let me look this up. We'll talk about this real quick because it's a great update. It looks like.
Holy crap.
Gosh, not anime livery codes.
Ooh.
Anniversary.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. I can't. An all new story, fan favorite music, midnight battles mode where you can score cars by winning head to head races, maybe like night street races.
Hell yeah.
An all new campaign. So yeah, bunch of stuff.
Fun.
I hope Madion makes it back. I think Madion was in the first game.
Yep, they were. I hope Chromio comes back. Let's get some
Dragon.
Fred V graphics again.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think there's always Fred V graphics.
Let's get Recognize in there. Let's get a Tribe Called Quest back.
Recognize
Dude,
is like
that is a jam.
That is like maybe not the Forza Horizon song for me, but it's the one because I remember the first night I played Forza Horizon 2. That was the mission where it was truly like, oh my god,
Speed.
Yeah,
Speed and Fred V graphics and Italy.
And yeah, and that I think if it wasn't before then, that was the moment where I was like, okay, this is something like this is truly something special.
God, I love these video games.
Yeah, I do. God,
they're fun. They're just the best. So after Hot Wheels came out, Live Alive came out.
Yeah.
Did you play? Did you pick up Live Alive?
I did.
Okay.
I played through the demo, but that was all I had played, and I was like, I mean, that carries over to the main game.
Right.
But
you like what you played?
I sure did.
Good.
It's a very, and basic's the wrong word, but you have all these different. And actually, I wouldn't even say basic. I feel like every single, like, maybe if it was like individual games, they'd be basic. But then you're like, in one game, you're going from like, you're in this old village and you're playing like this old master trying to find apprentices. Then the next campaign, you're a ninja trying to, like,
yeah, and then you're a robot.
Invade, but infiltrate.
Yeah.
Then you're a robot. And
then you're a cowboy.
Yeah. And you're a cowboy.
Yeah. No, yeah, I like it. I think I do want to get to it. I think if it's one of those games where it's like, if I do end up beating all of these games that I want to, it'll be the one that I pick up next and play, a backlog to the backlog or whatever.
Yes.
And then the big kahuna, Xenoblade 3 came out. What a big kahuna that is. It's a big game. I put in about, I think I said 35 hours. Got the chapter 5, and I think we were talking about it a couple days ago, but I was like, yep, it's the game that I want to get to after I have beaten everything else and have all the time in the world to just play Xenoblade and finish it up, because it really is just a ginormous game. And honestly, by the end of it all, I would probably say it probably will end up being my game of the year. So. Yeah, it's incredibly good. Mm-hmm. Want to beat it by the end of the year for sure.
Yeah,
a big one.
I am with you. When I was saying there are 2 games on my short list, that was one of them.
Right. Yep.
It's and I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat where it's like, I think I got into a little bit into the second chapter, and it is just waiting for that moment of like, this is my life now until I'm done.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
That's what Xenoblade is for me. Xenoblade becomes my life for a little while.
Yeah.
That's how 1 was. That's how 2 was.
Exactly. That's exactly how 1 was. And even what the brief amount of time that I did I say brief, and I put in 25 hours. The 25 hours that I did put into Xenoblade 2, it was the only thing that I was playing, And then one came out right before The Last of Us in 2020, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I have this weird game to play before The Last of Us comes out, and then it was just Xenoblade, and it ended up being my favorite game of all time. And it's like, okay, well, I guess that's how these games have to be. And it's like the first week or the week Xenoblade 3 came out, that's all I did. After that, that's all I did. And it's like, I just need one more week and a half like that again, and then I'll be done with it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there is no like school breaks or anything.
Nope.
Just dedicate a week to something. But that's life.
That's life, man.
Maybe I'll play. You know what? Maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna have some free time tomorrow night.
Maybe tomorrow. Ooh, you're not even at the good parts yet, dude. You're close. You're close though. That's what makes me excited. Is that you are close.
Because I mean, I've been thinking it's like, because I got a dog sit tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what am I gonna do? Like, what am I? Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
Bide my time with maybe One Piece, maybe Xenoblade, maybe a movie, maybe Xenoblade. I don't know.
Yeah. That'd be good. That'd be good.
But that was July.
Yeah. August happened. I don't think I really played too much in August. I think most of the August games I actually started playing in September. Like Immortality, I played a little bit of that. That's one that I want to get to by the end of the year. That's a really fascinating game. And I know we were talking about it over text, where it's like, I don't think that I'm quite there yet, but I feel like there is something there to get me there. I just haven't hit that point yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've never played a game like it. Like truly, like there are no other games like it where you're going through strips of film and watching specific clips, and then you click on an item inside of that frame, and then all of a sudden it takes you to a new scene, and then you're like, oh, what's that? And then it takes you to a new one, and apparently there's a story behind all this, and it's like, okay, well, I don't know what's happening, but it's there's something about it that's interesting to me, and I know that once that thing does click, then I'm all in.
Yeah. Yep, that's on my short list too. I definitely want to get to it.
And then Tinykin came out in August as well. That's one that we both played a little bit of. I finished the first world. Where are you? It's second?
I think we're in the same spot.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't even know if I finished the first world, but I covered a lot of ground in it.
Yeah, that was one game, or that is one game that, like, once I got into the level, I knew I was like, okay, I have to get every single one of these like honeys or whatever. I don't know, what are they called? Was it like nectar or something like that? I don't know, whatever those gold chunks are. I was like, I know I have to get every single one of these. And like the game lends itself really well to that because of how well it controls. Yeah. And just like the idea of using like these little tinykins like Pikmin to do some things. But yeah, I think that's the thing I was most surprised about was I think I was expecting it more to be like Pikmin than it actually is, but it really is just like a Pikmin light platformer, like emphasis on platforming.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect that.
It feels like dishonest is a little hyperbolic, but it almost feels dishonest to say it's like Pikmin because it really it's like similar on paper, and that's really as far as it goes. It's like, what if you took the concept of having like a bunch of little minions, but you made a completely different game?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I really dig like the different powers that each one has, and like having to like build your resources so that you can, do different things in the level.
Yep.
Moving is like fantastic.
It's so good, and and how you have like the little bar of soap that acts like a skateboard, and you're just going all. It's really good. It's really so tight. Smooth. Yeah, it is.
I only played an hour, but it was a very positive hour.
Yep.
Platforming.
Mm-hmm. I want to get to that one. I want to get back to that one before end of the year. And then September, The Last of Us.
Part 1. Is that this month?
September, yeah.
Feels, I guess that's a good thing that it feels like it was like half a year ago.
It does feel like it came out 6 years ago. Just saying.
Maybe 9 years ago.
Yeah, maybe 9 years ago. When did the remaster come out though?
8 years ago. 2014. It was pretty.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, 8 years ago? Jesus.
Yeah, 2014.
Jeez.
2014 was a great
2014 was a great year. Ooblets actually launched in September, which is nuts because I feel like this game was in like development for so long. Like they announced it probably at this point 3 or 4 years ago, I would say. And it's like it finally came out. I do want to end up playing that eventually, but I haven't. And then another big one in September was Splatoon 3, which I decided to kind of pick up on a whim because I was like, you know what, I really do like Splatoon 1 a lot. Whenever I play it, and man, Splatoon 3 is phenomenal. Like it's seriously super, super good. I haven't touched the single player too much. I think I'm definitely past the tutorial level, and that's where I am. The single player is kind of opened up quite a bit. That's pretty much where I've stopped with that. But multiplayer is where I've been, just because again, like Neon White and like Ollie Ollie World, those matches are quick. You're in and you're out, and it's just like the gameplay is just extremely solid throughout, and it's just fun. I just really like that.
Yeah. I mean, Splatoon is kind of at this point for me where it's like I respect and appreciate Splatoon a heck
Right.
of a lot more than I think actually playing it.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it's like I feel like gameplay wise, like it's genius. It really
It's so
is.
good. It is. It's awesome.
And I do feel like at some point, I'm sure, like Splatoon 2 has gone on sale a bunch of times over the
Hmm.
years. I think once Splatoon 3 reaches that point, I'll probably bite.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I don't particularly care to like I have to be there day one. You
Right.
know,
Right.
not
No.
with this game.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
it's yeah. I mean, that's just kind of where I'm at. Where it's like it's more Splatoon.
Oh,
It's not a bad thing,
there
but
she is.
it's not gonna grab me when I got Splatoon 2, played it like 5 hours or so, maybe. Thought this is nice, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. I've just been kind of like it made me think like, do I need to play this? I don't know.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, anything else in September for you?
I know I think this was maybe late August, but I know I played some Pac-Man World,
Oh,
repack,
yeah. Okay. Cool.
remake, which is nice. It's very nice.
Good.
It's not a boat rocker by any means, but it's pleasant. It's very pleasant and enjoyable.
Heck yeah.
Simple and fun, which
Simple and fun.
maybe that sounds like if I'm not gushing with praise, it's not good, but
Yeah.
that's not.
Come on, dude.
It's really good.
8 out of 10. Get out of here
It's
with
an eight
that.
out of ten.
We
Do
don't,
not waste your time.
like, do not waste your money.
Um, I mean it's cheap too. It was like $20 I paid for it. I think it's great.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I think it was like 30, but there was like a
Oh.
launch sale, or I got a codes from something. I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. That is another one, and I mean that's a short game too. I should have finished that, but I haven't. Hey, I finished AI. That was like a 24
That
hour
is good.
game I finished.
That's good. You did it.
I did that. That was my vacation game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, so I mean that's pretty much the year up to this point. We've got a couple big ones coming out over the next few months. Overwatch 2 comes out next week. Super excited to play that. Not much to really talk about, but I'm pumped. It's Overwatch. It's fun. Bayonetta 3 comes out. That's probably another one like a Live Alive. That's like if I end up beating all these games, that's one I might get to after the fact.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Bayo 3 is kind of in that spot where it's like I'm definitely interested in it.
Right.
But I have to be honest with myself. I haven't played the first. I played a lot of Bayonetta 1, but I did not get to the end. I
Right.
haven't even started Bayonetta 2. I don't particularly want to play the third one without having played those first two games.
Right.
And I'm not in a rush to play them right now.
Yep.
So that's a game I will play in time. And I hope they knock it out of the park, but I will not be there.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. No.
Failure.
Yeah, dude, terrible. You are terrible. No, yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat. Modern Warfare 2 comes out. Cool. New Tales from the Borderlands comes out this year, which is kind of weird. Kind of just came out of nowhere. I haven't seen anything about it, but
I think a lot of the writing staff from the first game is back, even though it's not actually Telltale.
yeah, I think
Telltale is-
I think you're right there. So yeah, if it's good, I played the first one, loved the first one. So if this is good, I'll probably get to that. Honestly, the biggest question mark of the year for me, I haven't played the demo yet, but I don't think I need to. Harvestella. I think I really want to play this game for some odd reason.
Yeah,
I don't know.
mean, Harvestella seems really nice.
Mhm.
I think. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I guess I've
Yeah.
got nothing to actually say. I think you just mentioned the demo, and it just makes me think it's like I feel like I'd download the demo, I would not actually play it. I'd buy the game, and then I'd not
Never
actually
play it. Yeah, yeah.
Even though it seems really nice.
It does.
For what it is.
And apparently the combat's pretty good. Like it's serviceable. It does what it's supposed to, and it's a good. It's good at shaking things up when all you're doing is like farming and stuff like that. So we'll
Yeah.
see. I think that is one I will pick up.
Yeah, you sent pictures of Harvestella. Food.
Yes, the food.
I
Mm-mm.
can't look at this right now actually because I'm not, I shouldn't eat, but
It looks
yeah,
good. Looks yum. Looks yum yum.
looks nice. Yeah,
And then after Harvestella comes out, Sonic Frontiers comes out.
yes it does, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that game. That is one of the games that honestly, as far as the rest of the year is concerned, or honestly, it's probably what I'm looking forward to the most, for better or
Yeah.
worse. I think for better. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm excited for that game. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm excited for that game. I've been excited for a while. When that first gameplay dropped, I didn't really see it as a total negative so much as I saw like a lot of potential
Right.
in what they were showing, even if they showed it in
Yeah.
retrospect, they showed it in the worst possible light they could have.
They did.
Good job. But
They did.
really, I feel like ever since then, it's just been a constant like uptick of like, oh,
Yeah.
this looks good. This looks interesting. And now we're at a point where like people are getting so far in that demo that they keep showing off.
Yeah, they
Where
keep
it's like
yeah, I know.
there is a lot to chew on here,
Right.
and like like this seems like a really solid foundation. Um, I guess we'll see how far they take it in the final game. But no, I'm like genuinely excited. I mean, there is like this part of me that's like worried that like the game's gonna come out and it's gonna be like, oh no, we're just kidding. This game's garbage and it's terrible. But honestly, I mean, screw it. I'll still play
Yeah,
it.
whatever. Why not,
Whatever.
right?
I'm ride or die with Sonic.
What
Though
else
I
are you
never
gonna play?
played.
Xenoblade?
No,
No.
obviously not. Why
God
would I play
no.
Xenoblade when I can explore a giant world of Sonic?
Yeah.
Duh. Yeah, I don't know. I say I'm a ride or die Sonic fan, but I never did get around to Forces. So
Oh yeah.
someday,
I don't know if you
I
can consider yourself ride or die then.
I'm
You
really
don't
not.
live and breathe Sonic.
I don't. I could, but I don't. Maybe for the best. I watched Sonic 2, the movie, this year, and I had a wonderful
Oh,
time.
good.
That was all smiles and laughs. I really enjoyed that movie. Um,
I'm glad it wasn't
God,
cries and scowls.
no, certainly not. I'd be ashamed of myself if I got that invested in it. To where I'm like, this is awful. This is a farce.
You're actually just Tyler's the one trying to console you as you're just
Yeah,
sobbing.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. He was probably. I think I saw it with Christina, and I think she was just confused that I was as amped up as I was. Which is, completely fair.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe you do live and breathe Sonic.
yeah, no, I think
You
I
just
hide
don't
my
realize it.
I hide my Sonic power level quite a bit,
Okay.
for the best, but
Yeah.
it's there. To deny it, I'd be lying to myself.
Yep. I think that's one again, like Bayonetta 2 or Bayonetta whatever and Live Alive. That's one up. Honestly, I think out of those three games, I think I will pick Sonic up over the other two. If push comes to shove, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
it certainly wouldn't hurt to have a wait and see approach.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Exactly.
it's really weird. It's very weird to see like how positive people have been about it, because it almost feels like it, I wouldn't say a trick, but it feels like I'm waiting for the shoot. Like, and again, this is coming from like someone who's just used to Sonic games, like not really being given the time of day. Not that
Right.
a lot of them, a lot of them have issues. I really like the last like full on like, no, this is just good Sonic 3D game was Generations, and that was 11 years ago. But it's just
Oh.
it's weird to see people being positive about a 3D Sonic game that it's like maybe there's a catch. And I think part of me is like really refraining from going all in, because it's like, I don't know, maybe it's too good to be true that there is like that
That's
they're actually
interesting.
going to nail it and they're going to make a great open like whatever Sonic game, or just a great Sonic game in general.
Right.
They don't make too many of them these days.
No, they don't.
We used to get like new Sonics every year, and it was like always like a grab bag of like, some of them were fun, some of them weren't, but there was always something.
Yeah.
Not anymore, man. So
Nope.
I hope it's really good, because it's probably going to be the only Sonic we get for like half a decade.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be dead by the time the next one comes out.
Yeah, make it count.
Then after Sonic comes out, the other, I think probably like the last big hitter, God of War comes out.
Oh, well, I
Well,
was gonna
yeah,
say you're either gonna
there,
say Pokemon
no,
or
yeah,
God of War.
there is more. There's more. I think that this was just. I don't know how I did this. But yeah, God of War Ragnarok comes out. That's like the reason why I got the PS5. That trailer. I was kind of hoping that they ended that direct or whatever on the controller. I would have laughed my ass off. I had my post ready to go and be like, what the fuck is the marketing for this game? Like, what are they doing? And then that trailer came out, and I'm like, that might have been the best video game trailer I've seen this year in like a very long time. Like I have not seen like a trailer that good for anything in a very long time. And I was like, okay, I'm in. Like I've got to buy a PS5 now for this game. I need to play this game. I need to be there day one so I don't get spoiled on anything. And I just I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Tactics Ogre comes out, which is another one that's like, okay, maybe I'll get to that. If I beat Triangle Strategy, I'll reward myself with Tactics. I'll say that's what I'm gonna do. Pentiment comes out, which I'm
Pentiment.
yeah,
That
I'm
is a game I want.
curious about that one. Don't
Very into that game.
yeah, I like the idea. It's a murder mystery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a medieval murder mystery.
could be cool. I'm excited. And Game Pass, so
Yeah.
eat it up for free. Callisto Protocol comes out. I'm curious about that one. That one's giving me like weird signals. I'm probably going to buy it, but I don't know. I feel like everything they've shown is like too good to be true, but could just be me. I hope it is that good. Like what they're showing is really ticking off all the boxes that I wanted out of that game. And then Pokemon comes out. I haven't been this excited for a Pokemon game in years.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm at a point with this Pokemon game in particular where I feel like if I said I was like the most excited, I mean, I guess it is the most excited I've been in years, but my excitement level is still pretty muted.
Yeah, like
Not because
I'm not
I'm
like
like,
counting down the days, you know?
surely not, no.
No.
But it is weird because it's like I see news come out for like I feel like I'm treating it like it's another like Sword and Shield, or I'm like I don't think I want to play that game, right? Whereas this is like I do want to play this game,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of like not looking for. I'm looking forward to it, but I feel like I'm just gonna buy it and I'm gonna play it, and I'm either gonna be like, okay, this is as good as I was hoping it was gonna be, or I'll be like,
Pokemon is dead.
they got me.
Pokemon is
They
dead.
got me. Well, I'll never say it's dead. Obviously, they're gonna make Pokemon games for the rest of my life.
Right.
There is an extremely high chance they will.
Pokemon is dead to me.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't even say obviously the series isn't dead. I think this
Right.
is going to be the best selling.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be the best selling Switch Pokemon game, obviously. But you know, what am I saying? I feel like my brain has become jelly, so I don't really know what I'm
That's
saying.
what happens when we get to Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon turns me into jelly.
Brain
I want to play
jelly.
the game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not
excited.
I'm not one of those like, oh, it's open world now, so it's good kind of people. I just think what they've shown looks like a lot of fun, and it's making a lot of changes that I've wanted them to make for a very long time.
Yeah.
Sword and Shield, everything I saw of that game just felt like it was all the bad parts of modern Pokemon with really none of the parts I still enjoy. Like it was like Pokemon shaved down as much as possible, and all that was left was like, I'm not gonna enjoy myself if I play this game.
Right.
It was
Right.
like, yeah, no, I don't know. Whereas like this just seems like a total like not a hard reset, but a bit of a reset, a bit like a real refresh where it's like, okay, this is something new. They're finally doing like you can do the gyms in any order, which is something I've wanted for forever.
Super cool.
Like, and really like that alone is enough to get me excited again. Like I feel like this is going to be a totally different experience Like and like it's finally like we mentioned this earlier with like the move to 3D and
Hmm.
Pokemon in particular. Like you can just your mind fills in the blanks a lot more when it's 2D, but when it's
Right.
3D, I don't know. It just it felt like, and it I don't know. I hate saying this because it's not that I inherently dislike a game designed like this. It's just the way that they made them. It's like not only were the games becoming graphically more advanced, but the worlds were starting to feel more empty than they
Oh
did
yeah.
in 2D.
Oh, for sure.
It was like the worst of both worlds. So I'm glad that they're just like cutting it off. This is something else. I mean, and again, I haven't really seen much gameplay beyond like the original reveal because that was like enough for me. Where it's like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
I want to play this.
Yeah.
I
I
still
haven't
like
seen much of
Pokemon.
anything.
Yeah, it's like I never really stopped liking Pokemon.
Right.
I just stopped liking the direction they had taken the games in.
Right.
And you know what? Maybe this is gonna have everything I dislike, just in a new coat of paint. I'm willing to take that shot because honestly,
Wouldn't that be great?
it would be great. And but honestly, it's like I'd probably still enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
I feel like even if I had played Sword and Shield, it would have disappointed me. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like you're
It's
still
Pokemon.
it's Pokemon. There's a reason why it hasn't changed that much. It's because
Right.
it's like rock solid.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be a doomer because I do like I want to love Pokemon again.
Of course. That's a
So
dream.
I hope that this is a good game. And I mean I like to bring Arceus back around. Arceus had a lot of it had a lot of that spark in it
Yeah.
that was like, yeah, this is great. I now granted this game doesn't seem to be taking too much from it. Not surprising, they're coming out in the exact same year.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about that. Jesus.
Um, but you know, we'll see. And hopefully, you know, it's always a work in progress. Video games, right?
No.
We'll take a
Yep.
bit of both. See what works, see what doesn't.
For
I'm
sure.
into it. I want to play it.
Anything out? Anything else this year that might be on your radar, or did we kind of cover everything?
There probably is, but
Yeah.
nothing that's springing to mind right now. And like I said, talking about like I was fine, and then I started talking about Pokemon, and now I'm like I'm going to bed. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm done.
Yep. You're all out.
Uh,
You're all out of
I
juice.
I am like yeah, I'm flushed.
Good. Because we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. I'm done with you. Done with
That's
you.
fair.
You actually hate video games.
I've only finished one video game all year, and yet here I am recording a podcast.
I'm trying to think.
Like,
I legitimately think I'm in the same boat though. Like I've only finished one video game this year. I think I have. Yeah.
well, you could say Elden Ring.
I guess so. Okay, 2. I finished 2, and they came out in the same. I finished Witch Queen's campaign, which is like 4 hours, even though it's great. And I finished. I finished Elden Ring. I finished it. Yeah, thank you.
You put a ton of time into it. I feel like there's a
did.
threshold where it's like, you've experienced just about everything, right?
Right. Yep. So I've doubled the amount that you've beaten. So
Yeah.
I love video games. You hate them.
I sure do.
No, you can't say that. You beat one more game.
I've got my list. The spark is back.
The
or
spark is
not.
back.
I don't know.
Play Xenoblade tomorrow while you're house sitting.
I'll play Xenoblade or I'll play more Wave Race.
Ah.
Wing 64 is coming to Nintendo Switch Online.
Can't wait.
That's a good one. Pilot Wings and Wave Race have been my two like Nintendo 64 games of choice.
I can't buy games on the Switch store anymore because of my when I sold my old phone to get my new one, my 2-factor authenticator was on that phone, and I never got it off because I thought you could just get it off, like, just log into my Google account or something like this. So I can't buy anything on my Switch account, on my Nintendo account anymore, because I can't log in to my Nintendo account anymore So I have to buy everything off of Amazon, like digital codes. So that's a bit of a roadblock.
A little bit. I mean,
It sucks.
Might be worth reaching out to Nintendo. Maybe they could do something.
I would hope so. I would hope so, because it kind of is a big issue.
Yeah.
Because I can't just make a new account and I have all of the stuff that I bought just go away. But yeah, that's where I'm at with Nintendo right now. I just got to buy everything through Amazon. But yeah, other than that, nothing else. I'm not seeing anything else from this year that I really want to talk about. I think we've got all our bases covered here.
Yeah, I mean, if anything comes to mind, like, there's always.
Yeah, you'll do your own 3-minute episode.
Yeah, I'll just speak to myself in the mirror.
So I did forget about this game. I really want to play this game. I'm never gonna beat it. Yeah.
It like I'm recording a speech.
Yeah, exactly, for English class.
Yeah, God, I was looking through like my old videos from like many years ago, and I remembered I had this speech class in college. I had to record myself giving a speech in front of just people sitting in the living room. It was
Oh my God! Wait, I was there.
You
I
were probably there.
I know. I don't think I was there for that. I don't think I was there for that one. But Nick's brother did one, and I had to go for that. Yeah. Or I didn't have to go for that, but Nick asked if I wanted to for some reason, and I did.
Yeah,
I did. I was like, you know what? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, but that's it. That's it for this podcast. Yeah. We're not even going to do an outro. No intro, no outro. This is the new ClapHappy podcast.